The glorious mysteries of the Rosary. The first mystery, the resurrection. Jesus rises from death. Jesus shows with absolute clarity his power over death. On Easter Sunday, this happening was the ultimate understanding of his life on earth as God and as man, because he wished to prove in this moment of rising from death that he had the ability to conquer death. He had the ability as God and as man to rise to a new level of living which surmounted death, which made death fit into the picture in a way that proved it to be a denial of life, because Jesus showed through his resurrection that he was moving into a new understanding of life, an understanding of life which showed very clearly that life is energy, vitality, power, everything that is positive and strong and light and bright and beautiful. His resurrected body was so full of light, so full of energy, so full of power, that he was able to reveal this to his apostles and his disciples, and most of all to his mother, in the most beautiful, glorious definition of everything that he was and is as God and as man. And this integration of his body and soul and spirit was so beautiful that he revealed this in a way that transformed himself into the most beautiful understanding of his meaning. When the apostles saw Jesus, they realized that he indeed was God made man. And they saw within his glorious body an understanding of themselves which made them realize that everything that he had taught them would be fulfilled, that they would move now into this new understanding of life, to begin to integrate their body with their soul in a new way. And for this they would need the strengthening power that Jesus was about to organize with his Father when he ascended into heaven. The second glorious mystery, the Ascension. Jesus knows that he has to leave earth. He has to leave earth so that he can move into this glorious understanding of himself in a whole development of this power with his Father, with his Holy Spirit of life, so that he could prepare to increasingly let this power of life-giving, this Holy Spirit of life, be sent down to earth to let the world restore itself, to let people restore themselves. And he knew that this would have to be in a whole development of life on earth, which would culminate in a final event that would be so glorious, because he would return in his fullness, his body, his soul, his spirit, his whole being integrated into a new life force which would enter the world so powerfully that people who were able to use it would be saved from a dreadful, disastrous final development which would throw the world into such chaos that this life-saving power would have to prove its might in an absolute way, so that God could reign supreme. The third glorious mystery, the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles. Jesus knew that his Holy Spirit of life would be able to let his apostles know for sure that he had won for them a beautiful redemptive grace, a beautiful redemptive power which could strengthen them and invigorate them and let them be as they wished to be in a more true way. And so on Whit Sunday, the Holy Spirit came to reveal himself in this new way, this new understanding of life and life-giving and power. And the apostles were filled full of this power and this grace and this strength and this vitality, and they were able to move into their life in this new way, in a way that was quite unique, quite special to themselves, and they were able to begin to develop their life in the way that they really wished, because God knows that each individual wishes to live his life in a unique way, a full way, a true way, and this Holy Spirit of life allows people to enter into his flow of life so that they can move with him in a synchronized way, which is real and true and good and beautiful and strong and powerful. The fourth glorious mystery, the Assumption of Our Lady into heaven. Mary lived on after Jesus ascended into heaven. She knew that she had to fulfill her role on earth in a way that let her understand that her life on earth as a human being was meaningful. And so she entered into a very deep bond with God the Father, her Son, and His Holy Spirit of life, to try to develop her life finally in this true way. She let the apostles understand that this new way of life needed to develop now in a realistic way, in a concrete way, in a simple way, in the way that she had lived at Nazareth with Jesus and Joseph. And she helped the apostles to form this new way of life. When God knew that she was ready to be with Him in the Spirit, she was taken to Him in a full way. Her body, her soul, her spirit was so integrated into His that nothing of her could be left behind. She entered into this ultimate state of being with God in perfect bliss. Body, mind, heart, soul, spirit, united totally with Him in a perfect bond that fulfilled her role as He had created it to be. The fifth glorious mystery, the coronation of Our Lady in heaven. Heaven, that state of ecstasy, that state of bliss, that state of perfect fulfillment in love. Mary exists here in this state, in this moment of absolute perfection, knowing that she has fulfilled her role, knowing that ultimately everyone will understand this, because ultimately everyone will be drawn into this state of bliss, this state of fulfillment, this state of being fulfilled in a whole final development of life into this perfect happiness. Mary knows that she has fulfilled everything that God wished her to fulfill, and she knows that she reigns in heaven in a supreme understanding of her meaning as that being of love who is so bound to God in love that her love in His love will finally prove to everyone that love is reality. Love is existence. Love is the meaning of their life. Love is the meaning of life. Love is God's meaning. Love is